And we are in week 5 of the poddy.
Another week come and gone. Another quick one.
I saw you finish something over there. You feel a little bit better now, don't you?
I do, yeah, we deal with an issue for only about 20 hours, but
That's
we'll get
right.
there. Sorted, fixed, done, bosh. On to the next problem.
But that's what I love about, like, even last night when we were going out, me and you got so deep into something. And then I was like, okay, cool. We'll go to this event. And trying to drag you away from it. It's like, come on. We've got this event. We paid for it. Let's go to it.
Yeah, I'm not very good at leaving. Just when I know I want to fix something, I'm just not very good at getting away and living my life outside of that problem.
Yeah.
Something I'm working on.
At the same time, though, I think it's a gift. And I've already said, I know you've always got good intent, even though when I'm trying to pull you away, you're like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But last night, it was lovely. We went to that folk music event at the bookshop, and then we came back and we just locked back in. It was wonderful, right? And I've pulled that content system, which we'll talk about shortly, further along so that the plan is have a completely automated content system. So we put the long form in, get the short form out, let it distribute everywhere.
Yeah, look, number one, yeah, that music was good. I mean, actually, once I actually realised that I wasn't on my computer anymore, I was actually out in the world.
Yeah.
It's actually super nice.
They're good.
It's really nice. Yeah, nice event. Nice. Got same again next week.
Same again next week. Country
music. It was folk last night.
That was folk
It's
last night.
actually really good.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it. Nice setting.
I'm a huge fan of musicians, music, live music. Put it in front of me. I'm real happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to some country.
Yeah.
Importantly, niche research is finito. We've gone super hard in. We think that is going to be our niche where we're just going to focus on for now, and then have some others in the background, and all in, baby.
Yeah. No, super exciting. So now it's just onto the next stage. You know, building the landing pages, building out the ads. We've been working on the offer, so the offer is finally finalized.
Mm-hmm. So it's good. We've had to build out our offer for that specific niche, the type of result that we're going to get. But then also we've kind of figured out what is our initial fees going to be. Just
Mm-hmm.
the plan is always in any niche. Bring on the first few clients, get some really good results in there, and then use that to then push wider and wider and wider. So we have the niche, the offer, and we also have the landing page.
We do indeed.
But what I love is it's so bold and it's a fantastic conversion setup landing page. And as soon as you put your information in, boom, you get that contact within 60 seconds.
It's really nice. It's actually super strong now. I've been working with through a few issues just doing qualifications. So they fill in a form and then they get an SMS straight away, which then requalifies them with a couple of things. Because, like you say, with Facebook ads, the quality of leads is always a downfall. So just putting a few stops in to not allowing anyone to book a call, making sure they earn a certain amount and then qualifying them. And we do that through the SMS. So the lead form is minimal amount of questions, get them in the funnel, and then just qualify them again through the SMS. And then they can book into a call to jump on a call with us. So yeah, good system. Super excited to test it out.
Yeah, one of the things I like about the niche is because with service-based businesses, they're so different from e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
So e-commerce, you generally can start at 100 a day in spend, and then you scale up to easily like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, even 5,000 a day, depending on how big the margins are, what your average order value is. But when you come to a lead gen, the amount you're spending in a day is generally, because of the service volume that they can handle, is much less. So in e-commerce, you can be spending their entire budget of a lead generation company in like half a day, in a few hours.
Yeah, an hour. Yeah, depending on what you're running. Yeah.
Well, I've been running accounts where we're spending 10 grand a day.
Yeah.
And now we're in a situation where we're probably going to be spending like 50 to 100 a day.
The trouble is, I guess you'll just get user fatigue super quick if they see the same ad and then it drives them away from the business rather than towards it.
That's the difference between the lead gen and the e-commerce, is that lead gen, you have to refresh the creatives a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I say more, but although e-commerce is just as frequent these days because of how quickly things can fatigue and how quickly the algorithm can find the right person, and then you have high frequency, and then you have to change it, and then the audience might change, or the what do you call it? The atmosphere, not atmosphere. The landscape changes. Things in the world affect the ads, and that's the beautiful thing. So one of the other things is that we've scripted the ads.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and we're gonna film them today.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
No, I'm super excited to go. So we're gonna go meet Riley in about an hour
Mhm.
ish, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Come up with some cool creative ideas.
Mm.
You've obviously put the scripts together, some sweet hooks. So yeah, we get to go now, be creative with Riley. Film. It's cloudy out there. Is that a good day?
It's not the best day, but at the same time, arguably, if you've got sun and you're using
Yeah.
a good camera, you generally get you need an ND filter, which at the
Mm-hmm.
moment it's an alright. An ND filter is like it reduces the amount of sunlight or light that comes in, but I think we should be okay. If anything, it might work in our favour. But I just think let's get these ads together.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 3 hooks, 3 bodies, and CTAs, and that will give us roughly about 9 ads. Then we'll pop them in, see if there's any nibbles there. If not, then we'll have to go back to the drawing
Mm-hmm.
board, redo it. But essentially, the ads are going to be focused at the target niches pain points, and then obviously we're pushing them through to our lander, which has the auto follow up, which is exactly the same system that they'd be going through. And the beautiful thing about working with local businesses is you don't want to be competing with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one that we're going to be taking per service area.
Per service area, unless it's like a big city, like maybe like over 2 million, we'll do one business per 2 million or so in each city. But the smaller ones, yeah, we can just do one per location.
Yeah.
Few reasons that's good. One, we're not competing with ourselves and wasting ad spend, and two, then it's better for the business because then they feel like you're the only one they're working with, and three, it's also good for closing deals because you can use it as part of the sales funnel of we only work with one location. So then you can drive them to want to sign up. And just a touch point before there, you mentioned that we're gonna run the ads, but just so they know, we're not running it straight to the lander, are we? We're gonna test it with the lead form and just make sure there's enough nibbles on there. And then if the lead quality is really low, then we'll add in the lander, add in more friction, and then see what we get from there.
Yeah, so what you have to do with the lead form is essentially it gives you the immediate response. Like, is this something that people may want to click on and then use? But then should there be not enough friction? Because you have to get this perfect synergy between enough friction to stop the dirt coming through, like sieving it out.
Yeah.
And then you need enough friction that you still get the quality leads, because too much friction, you then don't get
Yeah.
leads, or the what they call CPL, cost per lead, increases and increases. So it's always trying to find that nice balance. But
Yeah.
yeah, at the moment, what the good thing is for people coming on board with us, they're going to get early prices. But then after that, close the doors, and it's going to be the bigger retainers. But
Yeah.
so we have sent off another proposal this week, which is very exciting. So we've got to meet with them next week. But obviously, after we've done all the proposal, honestly, Roll, I just thought I would not want to be on the side that isn't with us, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's the thing. If a company doesn't go with us, we will find another company in that service area who wants to work with us. So it's super exciting. It's okay if someone doesn't want to work with us because we'll find another business in that area that then we can run their marketing for. And because unfortunately that is competition.
Mm,
2 different companies are competition, and depending on who has the better marketing team wins.
absolutely. And do you know, I looked at the landscape and I'm excited because when I was looking through, there is no one that's really killing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that well, I've been in the UK for the most of the time, and that's where my marketing agency was built. Essentially, so many people have it on lock there, but we're coming back over, and here I'm thinking, wow, I can definitely bring all that experience from there over here and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Very intrigued.
Well, like we said as well, especially now where we are located and there's some small towns around us, but lots of money in them, Canmore, Banff and Cochrane. A lot of those mainly run off businesses. Local services businesses generally run off referrals in small towns. So it's super exciting to get into some of these businesses and get these, the other pillars of their marketing strategy down. Because a lot of the businesses, they start referrals, but then that can only get you so far because you still need to do the blanket, the pillars of the marketing to ensure you can scale.
Well, that's it. The difficult part about having a business where you're relying on referrals is there's no tap that you can turn on and off. And when you've got that system that flows really nicely, that you have your ads running, which brings eyes and attention to you, you have the organic socials running that builds that bridge and connection between the audience. So after they've seen the ad, if they feel there's two reasons people don't generally buy from you, and it's price and it's trust.
Mm.
So if it's trust and they've come back to your Instagram or your Facebook and they can see that you're creating content and solving problems and pain points, then you've built that bridge between them. Like, this guy's an authority in the space. They understand my pains, and there's somebody that I would trust to work with. Then obviously the next barrier you've got to play with is price. But when we're running ads in that location, it's always making sure that a big gap is that speed to lead. So essentially, you can bring your ads in, but if they don't get contacted, then
Yeah.
you're just letting things fall out of the bucket.
Well, from the research that we've done is, one, there's not any specific marketers for the specific niche that we are going to. But even on top of that, there's barely any speed to lead SMS in Canada as a whole, not just within our niche. So super exciting to be able to test that out. Because obviously what a lot of marketing businesses do is they may be very good at the ad spend, managing the ad spend, and then passing over qualified leads. However, that gap between getting a qualified lead and then the business getting back to them, I think in general it works out around 47 hours on average.
That's crazy.
So with the SMS, we can do it within 20 seconds. They fill in a form. Within 20 seconds, they get a message saying, "Hey, you just contacted us. Do you want this service?" So it's just super exciting to get that back and forward, and then we just allow them to book a call through the SMS, through the AI. It's straight into the calendar. I'll have to show them how cool it looks, because it's actually, the way it messages is that it doesn't send you a link to then go and book in. The way it does it is it will look at the calendar that's connected to it and then say, "I have this. First question is, what day works for you?"
Yep.
So then the user can either say a day, or it will then recommend days. So it'll say, "Monday, we have at 10 a.m. Do you want to book this?" If they reply yes, from the lead form, they already have their email, so it's booked. As soon as they say the time of the day in the reply, they'll get an email with a notification with their Google Meet.
That's beautiful, isn't it? It's just like removing that friction and making it a seamless process.
It's actually so seamless that I don't know if I mean to make it less seamless to make it seem real, because you're like, "Oh, it's booked. Oh, this happened."
I'm just so excited to bring this solution to more people.
Yeah.
And when they experience it, it was like when we've sent that proposal over, we sent over an AI voice agent that they could play with and use, and they've gone through it, they've experienced it. And that was one of the follow-up questions, like, how long does it take to implement? So to implement an inbound voice agent, as soon as we built it, we just go back and forth, making sure that you're happy with it, making sure it goes through and has the guardrails to stop it from going off on one.
Yes,
Because they can.
they can.
It's
And they
just-
do.
They do. It's just making sure it follows those guardrails, takes them to the point of success, which is either give me what you need, as in, do you need this, do you need that? And then what's the next step? We need a call back to arrange a plan or something like that. But they've gone through that, really enjoyed it. And also, there's just so many layers that we can implement in a business. And I think because of our creativity and our ideas, I definitely think we can just load a business with pillars of strength, and they can develop and earn more revenue confidently.
Well, there's a few parts to that. Is one is the marketing things, running the ads and doing the speed to lead, but then there's also the inbound, setting up some AI systems. Like you say, we don't want to be a tech company per se, but we want to be able to implement systems into businesses, whether they're AI or just automation, so then they can run their business, is much smoother. So then we could do the inbound and the outbound, like you say, with the AI agent. So when someone rings, and two, if they do, we're going to set up. So if someone does, they get the speed to lead SMS. But then if they then go and ring that phone number, it'll then go to the AI agent too, and then they'll speak to them, and then it'll get passed on to the business into an email with all the information that they need.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest mistakes that I made in the previous business is that I was in the business, not on the business. And that's something that we've come into Serenium being like, right, let's make sure that we work obviously in the business to build it up, and then we're on the business to scale it up.
Yeah.
So right now, system being put in place for everyone, and then we're doing that the same with our clients.
Yeah.
It's essentially building them the system so they can work on the business, not in the business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gives us that edge.
Mhm.
And it's like when we put in that proposal, like that website needs some work, it needs speed, and that's the things, all these things is missing, and we can provide that.
Yeah.
And we can provide the site, the tools, the AI, the marketing, the ads, everything that you need to scale a business. We got you.
Yeah. Yeah, super excited. I'm just like super excited to get my teeth into it.
Mm.
Yeah, so lots to be done. Lots of setting up still to be done. CRM is looking awesome.
Yep.
So just been working on that, of that automatically moving people through the funnel for us to find new leads, and then for the new niche services. Just so the SMS back end is just really nice. They get a good feel. They can log in and really feel where people are in the funnel, what's happened, and then how the AI has performed in terms of people coming through, then people that are qualified, and then people that are booked.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get a full bird's eye view of, okay, it's okay saying speed to lead works better, but let's see the numbers of, one, what's the ad spend? Sweet, okay. And then how many leads are coming through? Sweet, okay. How many are actually qualified? Sweet, okay. And then how many are actually then booked through the SMS? So we're just making sure that they really get the numbers that actually matter, because a lot of marketing companies, they get all these numbers that really doesn't show the actual bottom line. How much is it costing to get a qualified lead booked in?
Yeah,
That's literally all it matters to. How much you're spending, and then how many qualified leads a month.
Yep.
And then how much does it cost per one? That is the only number that really matters.
Too many times I've seen a
Realistically.
report where it says, here's the
Impressions.
impressions, here's the reach, here's the frequent, like, bro,
Fluff.
what is my bottom line? How many conversions have I had? How many were qualified, and how much revenue did it generate
Yeah.
me? What did I spend, and what did I get for every dollar that I spent?
Obviously, I think what we need to go deeper. Once when we're figuring out, you're the ads guy, but as you'll know, we'll need to go deeper into the numbers ourselves. But for the business owners we're doing it for, they don't need to know that stuff. They don't need to know all those extra bits of information, the deep layer. They just need to know the bottom line of, and am I making money by spending money? Is this an investment or a cost to run this marketing?
That's it.
That's it.
That's the bottom line. Do you cost me, or do you make me?
Yeah.
And the answer should always be, do you make me? Not how many people have seen my ad? Because
Yeah.
I could run you an engagement ad or a traffic ad, and I
Yeah.
could say that your impressions were massive, and you'd be like, whoa, I've reached 100,000 people.
Yeah.
What does it matter? What does it matter about
Yeah.
100,000 people that aren't going to buy?
It's literally ROI.
Bottom line.
It's literally the one number that only matters. It's just ROI.
Mm-hmm.
What's the multiplier that you are making me?
Yeah.
That's literally it, isn't it? Do I want to keep spending? Are you providing a good enough service for them to keep using you?
Yeah.
That's it. What's the ROI?
And I think if your marketing agency gives you, here's how many eyeballs we got, here's how much people we reached, just think about how many people have seen you now.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they don't say, this is how many leads we got, how many are qualified, and what the conversion was, then,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously,
Yeah.
if it's the tracking that's an issue, that's the thing that you got to work on. Where is,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's too easy, especially if some people have multiple CRMs. I'm like, no, I've
Yeah.
one place where everything is, so you can just see. And then when you've got the book calls, all right, cool. Then you can hand off that as a qualified lead, and then you can just check in and be like, okay, what happened with this? What happened with this? That's it. And I think it's good to have sight of all of it, a bird's eye view of everything going on. I think a marketing agency for a business should be an extension of the business. They shouldn't be an individual service, and that's all they do. And that's, I think, sometimes the mistake. People are working with ad agencies that just do the ads and they don't do anything else. There's no foresight. What is this actually doing?
Yeah.
What part does every person play in this business, and how does it bring us all towards the goal of making more money?
Well, we just love scaling. So we get to scale our business while we scale other people's businesses. Like, I jump out of bed in the morning just so excited.
Yeah,
Like,
win-wins.
so excited to go. Like,
Win-wins.
I just want everyone to win. I want everyone to scale, and I want people that want our niche to be able to get a better service too. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's not necessarily about consistently. Obviously, you want to make our clients more money, obviously, but everyone wins because the client makes more money. But then the business or the people that are using that service get a better customer service too. So everyone is a winner. Like, obviously there's some parts where you go, oh, AI's taken over, but there's little things like qualifying and booking people on the calls. You don't need a person to do that. You can literally have it. So if someone wants a service, they get told about it straight away, and they can book in there and then when they actually want it. Because in 2 hours they might not want it. So get them while they're hot, and everyone's a winner.
People buy an emotion, bottom line. Really, the last thing is that our content system. So we've obviously doing these long forms all the time, and we have loads of short forms. Literally, we pump out about 20 to 30 short forms every podcast. And now it's just having that content distribution system. So that was the thing I was building last night. Almost there. I think I just need to work out the few kinks, just make sure that it posts at the right times, etc. But as soon as that's done, then we can just flood.
Yeah. You were doing it at 12 o'clock last night, so you might just have to have a double check. Base maybe in, but
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I love it. I'm so in the flow. Everything's great. We're moving in the right direction, and we move at speed, man. We move at speed.
I've got a lot done these my head has been in that computer the last 48 hours straight. So
I'm basically becoming a computer at this
Yeah.
rate. It's good though. It's good. We're gonna move fast. We're gonna keep documenting it, and then if anyone's got questions, they can ask, and we'll be there. And this beautiful thing about content is it's always there, so you can have a look at it, and you'll see in a month, two's time exactly what happened and how we got there.
that's it. And if you made it this far, I think this is what you may do with YouTube videos. If you've made it this far, like and subscribe, and also comment, because it helps with the algorithm. Thank you so much, everybody.